It seems many in Hollywood are still looking to work with director James Gunn despite his ousting from Walt Disney Studios, where he was set to helm Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Gunn was fired July 20th after past offensive tweets came to light, but has since been approached by several top producers and executives at major studios, sources tell The Hollywood Reporter's Boris Kitt. "I'd work with him in a heartbeat," says one senior executive at a rival studio. Like the dozen or so execs and producers contacted by THR, this exec asked to remain anonymous because Gunn is not permitted to entertain other offers while his negotiation to exit Disney is ongoing. Major players said to be interested in Gunn's services run the gamut between studios including Warner Brothers, which has its rival superhero movies via DC Entertainment, and high-profile and Oscar-winning producers. In the wake of his termination, Gunn received huge amounts of support from his film stars and fans alike, so the flood of interest from other producers and studios isn't surprising. However, any major studio hiring Gunn likely would face immediate criticism from the same people who bombarded Disney with calls for Gunn's firing after the conservative website, The Daily Caller, resurfaced tweets Gunn posted from 2008 to 2011, joking in a racist and homophobic fashion. Of course, the Disney brand is often held to a higher standard than, say, Warner Brothers or Lionsgate, which aren't as synonymous with family-friendly entertainment in the eyes of consumers. Multiple sources say that Gunn remains locked in complicated negotiations with Disney over his exit settlement. Gunn has written the script for Guardians and was to have directed the third installment of the franchise, whose first two entries, which he also wrote and directed, grossed $773 million and $863 million respectively. Sources say that Gunn, while under contract for the third movie, likely was not pay or play, a status that would require Disney to pay him his full fee regardless of whether his services are actually used, and the director is said to have not breached his contract because the offensive tweets were sent years before he first signed with Disney's Marvel Studios. Some experienced talent reps estimate that due to the unique situation, Gunn could receive a payout of $7 to $10 million, if not potentially higher. And more importantly, he would be free to take on another project immediately. Also affecting the negotiations is that sources say Disney plans on using Gunn's script for the third movie. Disney, Marvel, and reps for Gunn declined to comment. In an unexpected twist, two sources say there is a hope through the talks that Gunn could return in some fashion, even if it's to develop and direct another Marvel movie. An end-all verdict hasn't been issued, and conversations with Marvel are still ongoing, says one source familiar with the proceedings. Says one studio exec, "Most people feel his comments were coming out of his brand of comedy at the time he made them. Having an inappropriate sense of humor shouldn't be a crime." To read more on this story, head to THR.com. For The Hollywood Reporter News, I'm Lindsay Rodriguez.